Hey guys, this is a video where if you're just starting to get into the Marvel Legends line, I'm going to be discussing a top 10 list of where to start. Hasbro has been putting out tons of figures year after year, and it can be a little overwhelming to start off with and trying to figure out where to go. Toy Galaxy has a great video of the top Marvel Legends of all time, but it's a little outdated now with the majority of expensive figures being re-released with better versions than the prior. Speaking of expensive figures, things like Rogue that's going for $75 or Hobgoblin which goes for 60 to 65. Just because a figure is expensive doesn't mean it's worth it. Rogue is a great example because she's good for a display. If you're going to have X-Men, Avengers, it doesn't matter. You want her, but for $75 it's a basic female figure that's really just not worth it. Now, bang for buck, in my opinion, X-23 is a better pickup, and it's only a third of it. And there's different variations versus with Rogue, you pretty much just have the one, and she's not a necessity. Now, with that being said, there's also a character like Dark Phoenix, who comes in a Toys R Us exclusive 2-pack with the 80s version of Cyclops. That 2-pack goes for around $100 to $125, depending on if you want it loose or however you want to go about it. But that figure's worth it. The Dark Phoenix figure, in my opinion, is one of the best figures, period. It comes with 3 different head sculpts, and it's actually worth that money. With this list that I've made, I'm not counting Build-A-Figures, and I'm being mindful of a budget. So with that, let's get started. These are just some quick honorable mentions. They're not a necessity, but they are worth it, but not enough to be on this list. First, there's the Dark Phoenix figure that I was just talking about. That is beautiful. Then you have your Walgreens exclusive Punisher. There's been different versions of Punisher that have been released, but as far as like a comic accurate one and all the details that have been included in it, this one's worth it. Moving on to the 2 different X-23s, you pretty much can take your pick from whatever display you're going for. But again, these figures are worth the money. Moon Knight comes with a ton of accessories and is very detailed for something that's considered a little bit of an older figure now. There are rumors circulating that we're going to get a Walgreens exclusive updated Moon Knight based on the classic outfit. So we'll see how that happens, but also this one's worth it. The 2-pack of the Hydra Cap is also worth it because of the sculpt. Alright, at number 10, we got Omega Red. He's currently going loose for around $20 to $25. When Omega Red came out, he changed the scene for customizers with a heavyweight style buck that featured butterfly joints, which no figure had before. He has a great head sculpt, and the alternate tendrils for the hands can offer all kinds of options for your display or setup. The only issue from this figure is it comes from a lack of paint, but if you're willing to put in the time, this figure becomes a top 5 figure quickly. At number 9, we have Thanos. This Thanos was originally a Build-A-Figure, but like many other figures, it got an updated paint app and was a Walmart exclusive. The original Build-A-Figure was much duller in color and did not include the Infinity Gauntlet. The re-release gave us the gauntlet as well as interchangeable hands and a head. While he is a little steep for just starting out, around $45, he's still worth the price for a comic version of the Mad Titan. At number 8, we have Ghost Rider. The original black-suited Ghost Rider came out on the Rhino Build-A-Figure wave. Like the Thanos that was just mentioned, this guy received a repaint and a re-release. This time including the motorcycle with additional flame effects. The paint apps on the skull are amazing and very detailed, and it even features an articulated jaw. On eBay, he's going around $50, but every once in a while on Walmart's website, he'll pop up for around $35. At number 7, I have The Thing. The Thing instantly won everyone over when he came out, with the scale of what should have been a Build-A-Figure, interchangeable hands and a head, an entirely new body sculpt. The Thing is a must-have. Now that a second version has been released with the current Skull Wave, he is easier to get, but the original Walgreens version is maintaining his price point of around $45. If you want The Thing and you want to save a little bit of money, pick up the Scroll Wave version, then add a brown wash to the figure. It'll change the whole thing, and it should save you $20 in the process. At number 6, I have Cable. Cable came out around a time when we started getting more bang for our buck and better details from the figures produced by Hasbro. Cable came out on a large, bulky base and right out of the pages from a 90s comic. His price point is between $20 to $35 on eBay, but he can be gotten for a lot cheaper off of a Facebook marketplace group. At number 5, we have Bullseye. This figure is incredible, from the amount of accessories included to various heads and hands. While not the biggest villain in the Marvel Universe, you can make him fit into almost any display. One of the cheaper figures on this list, you can easily get him from around $15. If you've made it this far on the list, then you've probably noticed that any figure with butterfly joints is going to be worth your money. Wolverine has a body mod unique to his own character and caters to whichever your preference of the character is. For starting out, get the New Love Triangle 3-pack with the Tiger Stripe 90s Wolverine, Jean Grey, and Cyclops. That 3-pack normally goes for around $60, and it comes with a ton of accessories. Like I said, it really comes down to whatever adaptation of Wolverine you prefer, but he's worth getting no matter what. Alright guys, and at number 3, we've got Spider-Man. It's the same thing that was said as Wolverine, but if you're a Marvel fan, then you have to grab Spidey. While considered to be the best one, the Pizza Spider-Man is still pricey. But considering the assortment of different options you have, pretty much you can pick whichever one you prefer and be perfectly fine with it. If I had to recommend any of them though, it would be this homemade suit. Alright, in 2019, the big guy was in everyone's top 3 of the best figures for the year. With a new body mold and vibrant paint apps, he is a must-have. Personally, I prefer the Grey Hulk variant just because of the Halloween colors. But this guy is so impressive. He is the only figure that I've had to have 2 of just to keep in the box. Grey Hulk can currently be purchased for around $35, and the classic Green Hulk, like this one, is around $45 loose and $60 in a 2-pack that features, what do you know it, Wolverine. Alright, and my number 1 pick for the best Marvel Legends is Doctor Doom. I get that this figure is new, it's hyped, it's sought after, but the hype on him is real. As of writing, if you have to order him on a marked up price, you can get him for around $25, but most retailers currently have him at $19.99. If you are just getting into collecting the Legends line, or even if you have been a long-time collector, pick up this guy. He is worth every cent, from articulation to the sculpt. He is beyond impressive. Alright guys, and that's my list of the top 10 Marvel Legends that are considered to be must-haves, especially for beginners. I'd love to get feedback from you guys and have a discussion about what you guys think, who are in your tops, and let's get it.